Hey you guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back. So today's video is going to be a Sephora VIB sale. Buy this, not that. I thought this video would be kind of a fun spin on the typical recommendation videos that I do. Rather than listing a whole bunch of recommendations, I just figured I'd do kind of a more curated, simplified list. Because I don't know about you guys, I am definitely suffering some major buyer burnout this year. I don't know, a lot of the new releases aren't really exciting me, and now I really just look at these sales as an opportunity to stock up on the makeup and the skincare that I already know that I use and I love. So yeah, hopefully this video is a little bit more helpful and it'll be, I don't know, a little something different. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so first up, let's talk about the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. I definitely think this is one makeup product at Sephora that is worth a splurge, and if you had your eye, if you're looking for a good powder and you just haven't found one that quite doesn't enhance your texture and you just need something that really smooths out the skin, the ambient lighting powders are just literally everything. They're just my favorite. But I can count on these powders even if my skin is having the driest day ever. If I feel like my under eye is really creepy or if I have dry patches, it somehow like floats over texture and just, I don't know, it literally creates a filter on your face. I just love these so much. But I would say if you're gonna buy one Hourglass ambient lighting powders, I would say avoid the new ambient lighting Ghost palette and go for the full-size powders. So I obviously skipped on the Ghost palette this year. I did a year or two ago pick up their ambient lighting 3 palette, and it was fun to just experiment with each different shade. But first of all, I was super disappointed. If you guys, you can see in the left lower corner, you can see a blush shade is missing down here. I was so bummed. It just decided to pop out on its own one day, and I was just so upset. I wanted to scream and cry, but I have to admit, I don't take the best care of my products. This is probably in my purse, kind of flying around in my makeup bag, but still, this is a pricey product, and for it to just fall out like that, I don't know, I was kind of bummed. But regardless of that, it's still, the price per gram is just not worth it. So this whole palette is 8.4 grams. Each one of these single full sizes are 10 grams. Each of these powders are only 1.4 grams. And when you break it down cost per gram, here I actually did the math on this. Let me break out my handy dandy notes section. 10 grams in this full size, you're actually paying $4.80 per gram. In these edit palettes, you're paying more than twice that at $9.50 per gram. So you're getting a lot more for the money in the full size ambient lighting powders. And if you have a question on the shades, so let me show you guys both the shades I have. I have Diffuse Light. This is more of a pale yellow, and this is definitely more on the matte side. They all have a slight sheen to them, but the Diffuse Light seems to be the most matte in the bunch. And I love this for brightening up the under eye and just smoothing out any concealer underneath my eyes. It's just great. It's just the perfect shade. That yellow tone kind of brightens up your under eye. And then Dim Light I love for all over my face for a finishing powder. It's such a gorgeous, it gives such a pretty glow to the face. Not too glowy where you're gonna see shimmer on your face, but just a nice healthy glow. So here they are side by side. This one is Diffuse Light and this one over here is Dim Light. And then here they are swatched. I almost hate to swatch these because the swatches on these powders do not do them justice, but here's Diffuse Light over here, and then Dim Light kind of blends into the skin. It kind of has a pinky undertone, but see how it gives like the slightest sheen to the skin? And on my skin tone, it acts as maybe a slight bronzer. It just gives a little bit of warmth to the face, but it looks really natural, and it's such a nice finishing powder. I just love how it smooths everything out and gives a glow at the same time. Just love it. And then when I want to mattify my T-zone, I'll use Diffuse Light. So see how it mattifies, but it still adds like some life to the face. It's just, they're amazing powders. They're just so great. So yeah, definitely a great time to pick up the ambient lighting powders if you've had your eye on them. And I think the full size, the value is just, nothing compares. So great time to pick these up, and let me know down below your favorite shade. Because I think when I first picked them up, I got Diffuse Light and I put it all over my face, and I just didn't see the hype around it. But then when I started to use it just for brightening the under eye, I just loved it. I just realized there was nothing like it. And then Dim Light was just the perfect finish for the rest of my face. So it definitely takes some trial and error to try these powders out. So give them a go. Maybe have a Sephora associate apply them on your face just to see what shade works best for you. But yeah, they're my 2 favorite shades. All right, so speaking of value for your money, this is a case when it's actually more beneficial to pick up the travel size than the full size. I actually learned this from Andrea. She always talks about this. This is one of her favorite primers, and she's always like, don't buy the full size. It's so much more worth it to get the small travel size, and she's totally right. This is only 15 bucks, and for the ounce per price, you're getting more for your money when you get the travel size. And I just love this primer. If you're looking for just a primer that really hydrates the face, it smooths everything out. Maybe you don't really need a pore filling primer because it doesn't really necessarily fill in your pores. It just aids for the perfect base for foundation. It just makes your foundation just glide on. It makes it last. It takes away any like flakiness and dryness if you have dry skin too. And even if you have oily skin, I would say that this would work for you because it doesn't have, you know, like an oily finish. It's more of like just a watery base. So it's just great. It's really nice and hydrating. So I would say rather than buying the full size of the primerizer, definitely buy the travel size of Smashbox's primerizer. Much more value for your money there. All right, and let's talk about foundations. If you're looking for a full coverage foundation, I would say buy the Too Faced Born This Way and avoid the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. This Stay Naked foundation just totally just made my skin look creepy and dry, and just literally as it dried down, it just made my skin like almost shrivel up. I just did not like the finish of it. It's such a shame because I love the original Naked foundation so much. That was just such a pretty dewy finish with high coverage. I just loved it. But yeah, I just did not really get along with this. But Too Faced Born This Way is like my holy grail foundation. If you're looking for something that's high coverage yet looks natural and feels like weight on the skin, this is just amazing. It's just a hyped up product for a good reason. It's just so great. I just love it. All right, and while we're on the foundation kick, let's talk about Anastasia of Beverly Hills, their foundation as compared to the It Cosmetics CC Illumination. I would say buy the It Cosmetics and not buy the ABH. The dewy finish on this was nice. It was a little too maybe of like a sweaty looking glow, not necessarily like I just left a yoga class kind of glow, more of a I just left a, I don't know, a P90X training session kind of glow. Like it just, I don't know, it was a little bit too wet looking, and it just accentuated my texture way too much. The foundation is very thin, which I actually appreciate in a foundation, but this just literally just sunk into my pores and just highlighted all my texture. I know a lot of people love this, but I don't know, I just didn't get along with this. I would say if you're looking for a dewy foundation, the It Cosmetics CC Illumination is so underrated. I love it so much. It has great ingredients in here. They actually call it an anti-aging hydrating serum. There's niacinamide in here. There's also collagen. There's also SPF of 50 in here, so you're getting your sun protection in this. And yeah, it's just such a beautiful full coverage glowy finish. There's definitely some glitter flecks in here, and I will say they're visible when you're up close. But I'm actually wearing this today. Let me see if I can zoom in so you guys can see how it looks on the face. See how it gives such a pretty sheen to the face? Like, it's not too glittery. It's just a little bit of like a dewiness. I just love it. I don't notice any glitter flecks. There is some detectable glitter if you really like examine it in the mirror. I compared all three CC creams, and somebody commented the illumination version looks like Edward from Twilight when he's like standing in the sun. It like made me laugh because I can see what they mean. You can see the glitter flecks when you're really examining, but from far away, I just feel like it's so flattering and the coverage is just like undeniable. And usually illuminating products aren't really complimentary towards texture, but the CC creams just do such a good job of, like, with floating over texture and pores. It just is really smoothing. It's just great. I love it so much. I definitely think that It Cosmetics CC Illumination is worth the hype. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. All right, now let's talk blushes. So I would say buy the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur blush over the Cover FX Monochromatic blushes. I feel like I'm gonna get some flack for this because I know a lot of people really love these, but I just don't think the formula is worth it. I really think the packaging is gorgeous. It's a nice big compact, which I really appreciate. The shimmer side I've actually been using a lot. You can see that I've really just made a dent in it, but let me show you up close how it looks. This is the soft peach shade. So yeah, I've really been getting a lot of use out of this. The color is really gorgeous. Let me show you guys how these both look and swatch. So here's the shimmer shade. It's a lot more pigmented than the matte shade, but the matte side, I just feel like was a little powdery. It wasn't as like silky smooth as I hoped it would be. And I was using this, but I started to find myself reaching more for my Catrice blush. I talked about this in my favorites video. If you guys already saw that, sorry. But I just found myself reaching for the Catrice blush over this, and I just felt like that formula was so much more silky, and that's when I really noticed the difference between the two blushes. I'm like, wow, this is a drugstore blush, and it feels so much better quality than the Cover FX. So yeah, I was super surprised, especially I feel like Cover FX can do no wrong when it comes to complexion things. Like their Power Play foundation is gorgeous, and also their setting powder, that's one of my favorites as well. But yeah, that blush just did not do it for me. But these Bounce and Blur blushes are absolutely gorgeous. I'm so obsessed. This texture is unlike anything I've ever tried. It's so silky and creamy, and it just blends into the skin so seamlessly. Let me show you how it looks next to the Cover FX. It just goes on so silky. It's pigmented, but not too pigmented. The color is so pretty too. It's that perfect mix between a peachy and a pink blush. It's just gorgeous. I love it. And you can definitely apply this with your fingers, but I find that it works so well with the ColourPop blush brush. This is such a great blush brush. It's awesome, and it's really cheap too. It's like $5. But the bristles are really densely packed together, but they're still really soft. So it just gives the most like seamless application. It picks up the product really nicely, and it doesn't allow for any like streakiness. It just blends in so nicely. But oh, I love this blush so much. I want to pick up more colors. I have the shade, like I said, Coral Cloud. The pink shade looks really pretty also, but this color is a pretty like universal shade. So pretty. And see how it has a little bit of a sheen to it too? Oh, just gorgeous. I think it's totally worth it if you're going to pick up a blush from the sale. Check out the Bounce and Blurs. I think they're just gorgeous. All right, and since I'm holding this palette, let's talk about this one. So the palette I'm going to compare this to, I don't exactly have it on hand, but the color story looks exactly almost the same, and this is a little bit cheaper. So I would say rather than picking up the brand new Ulta Beauty palette, pick up the Tarte Young, Wild, and Cruelty Free palette. The Ulta palette looks really pretty. I love the color story, how it has the cool tones and the warm tones, but the Young, Wild, and Free palette is $39, and the new Ulta palette is in this $60-something range. So $20 cheaper, you're getting larger pan sizes, and you're getting the same exact shade range. It has those same like mermaid teal tones that are really fun, and then also has like some mauvier tones, some of those purples, and then also these warmer toned oranges in here as well that are really pretty for transition colors. Today I have a shade called Colified. It's more of like a smoky purple color with this mauve transition shade, and that's all I have on my lids. Oh wait, no, I have a little bit of this white shade as well, just to kind of brighten up the inner corner. And I just think the shadows work so well. They're so blendable and forgiving. If you don't have a lot of expertise, they just build up so nicely. They never get patchy. They're just so easy to work with. I love them so much. It's the same Tarte Amazonian clay formula that I love. One of my favorite, like old favorite palettes is the Tarte In Bloom palette. I just think that palette is so gorgeous. These shadows are just really great. I love the color story. The shimmers are really pretty. They're not the creamiest, but the color payoff is just insane. Let me swatch a couple for you guys. Just so pretty. That color is so saturated, and it just gives you that mirror-like foil shine. I just think they're really nice. They're not the creamiest shadows, but again, I feel like they're a little bit more forgiving. They're easier to build up. So I just think that palette is great. Love the large mirror on it. Love the packaging. $39. I feel like it's a pretty good buy for this. So I would definitely recommend this palette. All right, then let's talk about some lip products. So Bite Beauty's new Agave Plus, this is called their Agave Nighttime Lip Therapy. This is an amazing lip mask. I would say buy this over their sleeping mask. I feel like their sleeping mask is really tacky and just really thick, and it just feels kind of sticky on the lips, and it's not the best for applying during the day. You definitely need the nighttime for it to sink in. But I just love this because the consistency is a little thinner, but it still does the job, and it literally like eliminates any peeling and cracking I have. It's just amazing. Kind of like a marshmallow smell, I don't even know, but it doesn't have that like medicinal taste that a lot of lip treatments can leave behind. It's just really nice, satisfying lip treatment. I just love it. But I would definitely say buy this over the lip mask. And check out their lip set. Bite Beauty's lip set I feel like is a great value. It has a little pot of this, the sleeping mask, and then also the lip balm, the Agave lip balm. So if you want to try out a Bite Beauty product, I feel like that's a great set to try, and it's $14. And it has this like teensy little pot of the nighttime lip therapy in there. And even though it looks pretty small, this is taking me forever to get through. And actually, my whole plan was to show you guys this pot and to show you this little, I literally, before my daughter got into this, there was a tiny little scoop out of the top that I went through. I probably have been using this for about maybe 2 months now, but I usually keep this by my nightstand. And my daughter, she came downstairs and she's like rubbing her hands together, and I see her hands are all like slimy and shiny. I'm like, what is on your hands? She's like, Mom, slime. I'm using mommy slime. I'm like, oh my God, that's my Bite Beauty lip mask. Oh my God, I wanted to cry. But it's okay because I still have a decent amount left, and yeah, I feel like this will last me a while. Yeah, I really have to start either putting my products higher or literally start to lock them up because she just gets into everything. I think she's gonna be a little product junkie like I am though, because it's funny. My husband will leave stuff out. Like he'll have, you know, shaving cream and maybe cologne. Even sometimes there's a razor out on the sink, toothpaste. She doesn't go into any of his things, but if there's anything of mine out, she just goes right for it. So it's, I don't know, it's just really funny. So I think she's definitely gonna be a Sephora and Ulta fan like her mom. Okay, and actually another product that my daughter loves getting into are these Sol de Janeiro lotions. So let's talk about the Coco Cabana cream first. This is the brand new version, and this is supposed to be reformulated. They said they reformulated the fragrance in here. Still think it has that same popcorn scent. So I would say buy the Boom Boom cream over the Coco Cabana cream. The Boom Boom cream is like, oh my gosh, it's like my ride or die body butter. I cannot get enough of this stuff. It is like, I'm just such a sucker for like a tropical coconut fragrance, and it is just amazing. It smells, it is the most gorgeous scent ever. I love it. See that like healthy glow it has? It's just, I don't know, it's so nice, and it gives just such like a buttery veil of moisture on your skin. I just love it. But the Coco Cabana cream, the texture isn't the best. It kind of leaves a sticky, tacky feeling to your skin. It takes a while to absorb into the skin, and it still leaves that popcorn scent around. I wish they would have improved the scent because like I said, I love a coconut scent, but something about this, it just smells almost too artificial and plasticky. It's just not my favorite. I'm just not a fan. I think, and even the Boom Boom cream, the texture is a little bit better too. I feel like the Boom Boom cream is more moisturizing. So I would say pick up the Boom Boom cream over the Coco Cabana. All right, and let's talk about some hair products before we get into skincare. So let's talk about Olaplex. They have this brand new No. 7 bonding oil out. I was so excited to get this, but I really feel like, for me anyway, I don't think this is worth the hype. If you're gonna pick up a styling product from Olaplex, I would go for the No. 6 over the bonding oil. The bonding oil is great if you just want kind of an instant shine, but I found that the No. 6 actually repaired my hair a little bit better. I feel like the smoothing action from the No. 6 was just so nice. It made my hair so silky, and I love that you can apply it when your hair is wet and use it as a styling cream. But my favorite way to use this, I actually use this at night when my hair is dry. I apply it just kind of mid-shaft to the ends, and I wake up with this silkiest, smoothest, shiniest hair ever. I'm just so obsessed with it, and I really feel like it's actually doing something. The No. 7 bonding oil, it does, like I said, give an instant shine. Let me actually show you guys on camera what it looks like. See, it makes your hair pretty shiny. But like I was saying, for Halloween, we had the oddest weather on Halloween. So unlike October Philly weather, but it was 70 degrees, humid and windy. It was so weird. But we got back from trick-or-treating, and I walked in the house and my hair was just like frizzy and dry and just, oh gosh, it was just bad. Humidity just does not do good things for my hair. And that night I actually used the bonding oil, so I was actually really surprised that it didn't keep my hair nice and tame and silky and shiny. It just, yeah, the humidity just like broke right through that oil, and my hair was just a frizzy, crazy mess. The Olaplex No. 6, I just feel like there's more smoothing action to it. It just adds a pretty shine. You can apply this in your hair dry, and it will kind of give like almost a textured look. Let me show you guys how it looks compared to the bonding oil. So see how it kind of makes your hair look piecey, but it still gives a shine. And I don't know, it leaves just such a silky feel, and like I said, it just keeps my hair a little bit more smooth than the bonding oil does. So yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the No. 6. I feel like it's one of the most underrated Olaplex products. It's just so great. And it has the patented bond smoother, the agent in here, which the Olaplex bonding oil does as well. It's actually a little higher up on the list than the bonding oil, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, the concentration is higher, because the ingredients prior to it could be, you know, lower concentrations in the No. 6. Did that make any sense? I don't know. But the bond smoother is in both of those, but I just felt like I got more reparative effects from the No. 6. It's just great, and I think highly underrated. It's just so great. All right, let's talk about some skincare. So I have been raving about this Tarte I always say Truth or Dare. It's called the Youth or Dare Serum. This is their vitamin C serum. This is amazing. I would say buy this over the Drunk Elephant C Firma serum. First of all, the price difference, this is I think in the $40-something range. This is $80. So this is half the cost, and you're getting high quality L-ascorbic acid in here, just like you're getting from the Drunk Elephant. It's second on the ingredient list in this, and this also has great packaging. It has the same airtight packaging, and this also has glycolic acid in here, which I really appreciate. So I feel like you're getting that chemical exfoliation, and you're getting those antioxidant effects from the vitamin C as well. Now, I will say, make sure if you're using this during the day, wear your sunscreen, because this is going to make your skin a little bit more sensitive, but it's just great. I feel like this actually like firms my skin. I feel like when I apply this, I get this instant glow, and my skin just feels tighter. It's just awesome. I just love it. I don't know if I've seen any lightening on my melasma spots since I've been using it, but the firmness I've really been enjoying. So that's like my new favorite vitamin C serum. I just love it. And the C Firma serum, I just felt like this was a little too heavy, and I have dry skin at baseline. So for me, if I think it's heavy, I don't know. I'm actually surprised it's a cult favorite product, because it's just a little too greasy feeling to me. I just felt like it was so heavy on the face, and yeah, I just never saw those like brightening effects from it. And also too, I felt like it oxidized very quickly. I bought this, and within like a month or two, it was already brown. So yeah, I just don't feel like I got my money's worth out of that. So if you're looking for a good vitamin C serum, another product that I think is highly underrated is the Tarte Youth or Dare. This is just great. All right, let's talk about some skincare. So Kate Sommer released her new retinol and vitamin C moisturizer. I think this was a new release last year, and I would not say this is worth the money. I would say buy The Ordinary's Grand Active 2% emulsion over the Kate Somerville retinol moisturizer. This is $90-something. This is less than $10. I think this is just an awesome buy for your money. So The Ordinary's retinol is this gorgeous, like milky, lightweight serum. It's just amazing. It has this like almost like a lotion-like consistency to it. It actually reminds me a lot of the Smashbox Primerizer, if we're talking about like the formulation and consistency. Kind of runny, but it blends into the skin really nicely, just really lightweight. I never felt any like strong tingling or irritation from this. I used this before I was pregnant, because you can't use retinol when you're pregnant. So I just started to dive back into retinols, and I just forgot how good this was. Like I said, no irritation, and I'm just really excited to start seeing results from this. But this has the newer retinol, the HPR retinol, which it's basically a retinol derivative, but they're saying that it's supposed to be closest to retinoic acid in that it doesn't have to convert as many times. So less conversion steps, meaning maybe it's a little stronger than regular old over-the-counter retinol. There's not as many studies on HPR as regular old retinol is out there, but I don't know. I feel like it was making a difference in my skin. I'm excited about it, and for the price, hopefully it's doing the job. And this Kate Somerville moisturizer, the ingredients, I don't see where the price of $90 comes in at. Like, I don't see what is justifying this high price. Retinol is actually after the fragrance ingredient, so there's more fragrance in here than retinol. So for your money, I just think The Ordinary is definitely a better value. So if you're just starting to experiment with retinols, I feel like The Ordinary's retinoid emulsion is a great like introductory product, because it's gentle but yet effective. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I definitely think that is worth the money. All right, so that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys are picking up from the sale. If any, are you restocking on anything? Are there any new releases that you're excited about? Just let me know what's in your shopping cart. I always love hearing from you guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. See you guys.